Hello everyone, it's Ticky's Trinkets here, and I have for you today another tutorial. I'm sorry that tutorials take so long to upload, but they take a lot of time to make, especially this one. Today I have for you the ballerina animatronic from the new Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. As you can see, I'm just going to highlight a few things while I'm talking about this. I'm going to have this as a two-part video because this took so long. This took me about, like I said, 9 hours to make. About 5 hours at one time and then 4 hours the other time. Ugh, took forever. And the second video, I'm going to be decorating this box that she is going to be standing in. Like so. Sorry, it's hard to see in the picture. Like so. And this box is going to be decorated with FNAF stuff. It's either going to say Five Nights at Freddy's or dance like the poster in the one room in the trailer, or sister location or something. I don't know, but it's going to be cool. And the video, the second video would be of me, sorry, I can't talk. Be of me decorating this box with paints, papers, or fabrics or something. And as for me attaching her to this, I'm either going to attach her via glue or magnets, but the only magnets I have right now are teeny tiny. Here we go. Let me show you the magnets I got. Yeah, and I don't know if the two magnets holding will be enough to hold her. I mean, she is very sturdy. She can even stand on her own, as you can see. Here, let me show you. Well, she can't stand on her own, but if you're just holding her up by that 1 foot, she can stand. But I'm worried the magnets won't be enough. I might have to get bigger magnets or something. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this tutorial, and stay tuned on my channel or subscribe to my channel so you can see the video when it's first uploaded to see the second part of this video where I decorate the box and attach her to it somehow. And this will be like a jewelry box or something, because I will be selling this on my Etsy shop. It's going to be expensive though, because like I said, it took me about 9 hours. But please understand that artists only charge so much because it's mainly just time. It takes a lot of time. But I also put a lot of love into this. Trust me. So much love went in here. And by the way, the colors might not be on point when the game comes out. Scott Cawthon might change something. But I'm making this solely based on fan art and the trailer I've seen. Because yes, I like Five Nights at Freddy's too. That's why I make the stuff that I make. So I hope you all like this. And like I said, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for the next video. Or, you know, follow me on Instagram for daily uploads of my crafts. And you can follow me on Etsy or check out my Etsy shop to buy cool things similar to this. And thank you all for watching. Now let's get on with the tutorial. Alright, for this tutorial you will need the following clay colors. Except for the blue, I replaced it with a dark purple. Here I've just rolled out all the balls of beige color clay that I will need. Next, I took the biggest ball and rolled it into a teardrop shape. This is going to be the head of the sculpture. Then I used my fingers to press down on the teardrop so one side of it would be flat. Here's just a picture so you can see the side of the head. You can see where I flattened it. Next, I took another large piece of beige clay, well, medium-sized piece, and rolled it into a longer teardrop shape. I then rolled this teardrop shape out nice and flat. And I took that piece and laid it down and cut the smaller tip end off. Here I'm just rounding out the edges of where I cut that piece off at. Now I am taking another ball of beige clay and rolling it into another teardrop shape. You will repeat the same for another piece of clay. This will make the legs for your sculpture. As you can see in this picture, here are the two teardrop shapes that have made the legs. In order to make the back of the knees, you will take the X-Acto knife and press down on the middle of both of the leg pieces. And then you can bend and position the leg into the shape that you desire. Here I've taken another piece of clay that's smaller than the previous two to roll out the arms. Here you can see I've taken both the arms, and I've pressed my X-Acto knife again to make elbow creases. And here I have bent those two pieces to make the shape that I desire. Here you can just see an overall picture of the body structure as of now. Next, you're going to take two tiny pieces of beige clay and roll them into little balls. Then you would take these balls and roll them into teardrop shapes, as you can see here. Then you would take those teardrop shapes and attach them to the torso of the sculpture at the high part of the body, the wider part. Then use a tool like I've shown here, either your finger, a pointy tool, or a blending tool to blend it in. Now you're going to take all the little scrap pieces of clay you have cut off, the excess clay, and roll out two more medium-sized balls of clay, or small, because you're making the hands. And for hands, I just make circles, so I roll them out. I use a pointed tool to poke holes in them, and then I take the arms, and right where the wrists are, I roll them into a point and shove the points inside of the holes. Then I took the back of my X-Acto knife, and I made the indentation of the lines on the face structure. Here, I've just taken two tiny pieces of clay, rolled them into balls, and cut them into ear shapes. Here you can see I've attached them to the head. Make sure you blend them to the head so they'll be secure. Now I'm taking another teeny tiny, really tiny piece of clay and rolled it into a ball. Now you're going to roll it out into a teardrop shape, a tiny, tiny teardrop shape, because we're making the nose. Here you can see I've made the nose and just attached it to the face, but I haven't blended it yet. Now I've blended it into the face. You can see the structure blended into the face thingy. And I cut the line through the nose as well, because this is how the ballerina's face looks. And here's just another angle so you can see the nose better. You can see it from the side. And now I've gone ahead and taken a medium-sized ball dotting tool, and I've indented where I want the eyes to go, or eyelids. Here I rolled out another small ball of clay, and then you'll take that small ball and roll it again into a teardrop shape. Then you would take this teardrop shape and you will cut the edges off on both ends. This is going to be the neck of your sculpture. Here you can see the other end where I cut the rounded edge off. I just wanted to give good angles on everything. Here I've stuck in a wire into the neck part so that we can attach this piece of clay and make it the neck of the sculpture. Here I've done that, and I've also blended it into the shoulders of the torso. And now I've attached the head, and you're going to make sure that it's nice and secure, and then you're going to want to blend it into the back of the head as well. Here I haven't blended it yet, but you'll see in the next photo where I blended it. There we go. Nice and blended now, and it looks very neat. And here you're going to see another picture of just the outlook of it thus far. I'm just going to say right now, this took a long time, so bear with it. Here is just another picture on how it looks so far, the arms, the legs, the hands, and everything. Now you can go ahead, since we're pretty much done with the beige clay, or almost done, you can clean it off with your rubbing alcohol. Here's just another picture showing you, make sure you clean it off nice and good. Now you're going to take 4 pieces of metal, 4 small pieces of metal, and attach them to the ends of the arms and the ankles. Yeah, the ankles. Now you're going to take your yellow colored clay, and you're going to roll out 2 teeny tiny balls of clay, like super small compared to everything else we've done thus far. And here are those 2 small balls, and just attach those balls to the ends of the ears. This will be the ballerina's earrings. Next, you're going to take your light purple clay. Here I've used spring lilac color, and you're going to first roll out a medium-sized / small ball of clay. I hope in these pictures you can tell how small the balls are, because I'm not very good at video recording. Now you're going to take that small ball and roll it out with the back of your X-Acto knife. Then you're just going to cut the edges off of that to make it into a rectangular shape. Then you would just attach this to the neck of the sculpture, as I've done here, Make sure you blend it in together. Now you're going to take 2 more small balls of light purple clay, and again roll them out flat and cut off the edges to make 2 tiny square shapes. 2 tiny square shapes. And attach these to the high part of the back of the arms, pretty much the fatty part of the arm. You'll see another picture right here of where I've attached it, and do this on both arms. Now you're going to take a medium to large size ball of light purple clay, and again you're going to roll this out flat with the back of your X-Acto knife, and then again you're going to cut off the edges, creating a rectangular kind of shape. Try not to make it as thick as I made mine though. Mine was a little bit too thick. And here I have just wrapped it around the torso, and I will blend the back and the top part. Here you can see I've cut off the excess, and I just kind of rubbed it down and blended it towards the skin part. And here I've just shown you another angle so you can see what it looks like once you cut the excess off. Now you're going to take 2 more tiny balls of purple clay and roll them out into circles. Then you're going to roll those out flat, make sure these are nice and thin. And then you're going to cut off the edges again, this time creating 2 small rectangles, not squares, rectangles. And these are going to go onto the upper part of the arms, as you can see here. Here is another picture of the overview thus far of the sculpture, with some of the light purple, well, with all the light purple attached. Now you can wash your hands and get the dark purple. Not the blue, I changed it to this dark purple Sculpey 3 brand. First, you're going to roll out a very substantial size ball of clay, and you're going to cut off a piece of this and flatten it down like this with my finger, just like I've done here, and you will attach this to the back of the head of the sculpture. This is going to be the hair for the sculpture. And make sure you use your fingers to press the bangs forward so that it goes on the forehead like so. And here I'm just going to show you another picture of the head and how the bangs look. This picture right here. And now I want you to take 2 more small balls of purple clay, just like we've done before, except make sure these are very small because these are going to be the eyes. And here you see the eyelids, eyes, you know what I mean. In the trailer, her eyes were closed. Here I have taken a purple ball of clay. This is another substantially sized because this will be the butt of the sculpture. Here we are making the butt, I don't know what else to call it. You're going to take the clay, press it down flat, the little ball. Now you're going to take 2 small pieces of metal, like we've done before, the little metal wire, and shove those pieces up into the upper torso of the sculpture. You're going to have to bake this with some assembly required to do it right. Here I've stuck that part on so that you can make sure the size is appropriate for the body shape. And then detach it. Do not glue or secure any of these parts yet. Don't secure or glue the arms or the butt yet. Here I've taken a large ball dotting tool to indent where the legs will go. This is just another angle to show you how the leg indentations look. Next, you will take the legs and stick 2 more small metal wires into the upper parts of the legs so that they will connect into the torso and you can take them out. Here you can see I've connected them to the torso. And next you will see where I have disconnected 2 of the body pieces because it's easier to work this way, and you're going to have to bake separately. Remember, don't glue anything. Okay, here I've taken another small ball of purple clay. This is going to be the bun on her hair. So you will use your X-Acto knife or your finger to press down to make a small little bun shape, as you can see in this next picture. Right here. Here we go. Here's the bun. Do not attach this to the head yet, or the sculpture will not bake evenly because it won't be able to lie flat. Here you can see where I position it on the head so I know where to go, and you can indent the spot with your knife. Next, go ahead and take another small ball of purple clay. Make sure you take the bun off the head, okay? Now with the other new small ball, roll it out flat like we've done 1,000 times and cut the edges off to make a square shape like I've done here. But this time, I want you to cut the edges off of this square shape. See, as I've done here, to make 2 teeny tiny rectangular shapes. The big piece will go on the back of the sculpture like you see here, And the two small rectangles will go over the shoulders like you see here. This is making her top. I loosely count this as a top though. And make sure it goes halfway down to the tits, but not too far down because the circles need to be over her nipples. Next, blend those pieces into the square shape on her back, and take 2 more small balls of clay and roll them out into teardrop shapes because this is going to cover her nipples. And here you see I pressed it on her boobs. I haven't blended it in yet though. This is right here where I blend it in. Make sure it's nice and smooth when you blend it in though. Next, you will take again 2 more teeny tiny balls of dark purple clay, and you're going to roll them into teardrop shapes, teeny tiny, as you see here. And these are going to be her eyebrows. So you're just going to take these pieces one by one and place them onto her forehead like thus, and press them down gently to make them stick to her head. And here you can just see another picture of the angle of what it's supposed to look like. Here is just the overall picture of the torso thus far. I want to keep you updated on what it's supposed to look like. Now again, roll out 2 more small, bigger balls of purple clay, kind of big. And roll these into log shapes, less than teardrop shapes, kind of flat at the end. And then you're going to press these down with your finger against the surface like so. And these are going to be the shoes for the sculpture. And you will see here where I've attached them to the legs. Make sure you glue the feet. These are the only thing you glue this for, the feet to the ankles. And here's the glue that I used to do that. Only the feet. Now take some Primo purple that's sparkly, and you're going to make her lips and her blushing cheeks, as you can see in this picture. Next, you will take a very, very large ball, like you see here. This is a big ball of purple clay. Condition it, make it into a ball, roll it out very, very flat and even. Make sure it's very smooth because this is a highlight piece for this figure. Here's a top view. You make sure that the torso is just small enough to where it can be centered onto the clay, like thus. Those are 2 different angles. And here, you're going to, from here, cut out around the butt so that the butt will go through the hole. Well, not entirely through it. You can see here where I've cut it out and there's still some edge pieces. Don't cut those edges off. You need that edge. But make sure you take that little piece that you cut off and set it aside. That way you still have the holes where you can stick the metal wires through. And here you can just see where it fits. Make sure it fits just like this, nice and snug to the body. And here now you can see the body thus far. The skirt is what that piece was. Now to make the ridges on the skirt, you're going to take the X-Acto knife and pressing from the out to the inside, making big wide ruffles in the skirt. Here you go. And this is the top part of the skirt. Remember, the ruffles go on the top. Now you can finally bake all the pieces. Bake them just like I have done here. Do not assemble until after. Now using your sturdy clay glue, attach all the pieces like a puzzle piece. Just like I've done here. The arms, the skirt, the torso, and the butt. And here is just another picture of what it's supposed to look like. Make sure yours looks just like this. Well, you're free to do what you want, but that's just how I did it. And here I'm taking my polyurethane glaze and I'm glazing the sculpture. Here you can see I've used my paintbrush that I used to glaze it with to hold the top part. Glaze the top first, let it dry. Or the bottom first, let it dry, then glaze the top, let it dry. And make sure you do this 2 or 3 times. Here you can see the final product, nice and shiny, and I will show you one more picture of the final product. And here we go. I hope you all liked this video. Stay tuned for the next part. I will leave a link in the description below.